Hello everybody, I'm Snavel, and I'd like to dedicate this first update video for Movember, my progress in it, to a guy who's a huge inspiration to me. I heard his story a couple of times last year and this year, and he keeps reoccurring, and it's a man by the name of Terry Foxx. He was born in Winnipeg, Canada in 1958, and he went on to live one of the most inspirational and inspiring lives of modern times. Terry Foxx was a very keen athlete. He was a very active person. He started experiencing problems in his knee. He started experiencing pain. He went to get the pain in his knee checked out, and he was diagnosed with osteosarcoma, which is a form of cancer that often starts in the knees. He was then told that his leg would have to be amputated. Now, being an athlete, this would have been like a major blow on him. But he was given an artificial leg, as is probably the standard, and after about 3 weeks he was up and walking again. But while he was in hospital, while he was getting this care, while he was going through the process of trying to beat the cancer, he was seeing people going through it. He was seeing people suffering. He was seeing people die through it, and he was seeing the effect that it has, and it was building inside of him a flame, a passion, that he just wanted to get out of hospital and do something about it, and not, actually make a difference, actually make a change. Not just talk about it, and do like a little thing and then a little thing there and a little thing there. He wanted to actually make proper change. October the 15th, 1979, Foxx sent a letter to the Canadian Cancer Society and telling them about his plans, and he said that he was going to run a marathon of hope and go from one side of Canada to the other, and his plans and hopes were to raise at least $1 for every single Canadian. So that is a big dream, and it really encapsulates the feeling that I wanted to kind of get across. Like I'm just growing a moustache and doing a 30-minute run every day, and I just feel so inspired by this guy, and I feel like what I'm doing is so little, but together that we can join in his vision and do something big. He promised to complete his run anyway. He said that even if he had to crawl every last mile, he wasn't under the illusions that he was going to cure cancer alone. He never thought that, but he wanted to make a difference. He wanted to say, well, at least I'm doing something. At least I'm working towards something. At least my efforts are going to make a difference. So he went to the Atlantic Ocean near St. John's, Newfoundland, picked up his crutches, threw them in the water, and said, no more. I'm going to set off in this run. So he filled up 2 bottles of the seawater. One is like a little souvenir for himself to keep, and then one he's going to empty into the Pacific Ocean on the other side at Victoria, British Columbia. And he set off, and at first he wasn't laughed at, but he wasn't taken seriously. People didn't understand what he was doing, and it took a long time for momentum to build. But when that momentum hit, boy did he make waves. Once the Prime Minister got on board, waves started to happen. He started to inspire not only Canadians but American citizens, and then went on to the world. There's a quote here of Terry Foxx, and I want to read it because it's really good. Everybody seems to have given up hope of trying. I haven't. It isn't easy, and it isn't supposed to be. But I'm accomplishing something. How many people give up a lot to do something good? I'm sure we would have found a cure for cancer 20 years ago if we had really tried. That's just such a wonderful quote, and I think it's true. If people actually made a true effort, and this is why I feel really inspired by Sentenza Gaming, because he seems to really understand this. He seems to be fired. He seems to be motivated to actually do something, to make a change, and he believes in the power of people. He believes that we can make waves. He believes that we can reach out to these big YouTubers and let them join in on it. And I say big YouTubers, but they're no different to us. We've all got that same potential, and there must be something in the Canadian spirit or something that's just firing him up. Unfortunately, though, before he had a chance to finish his run, his his cancer had come back and it had spread to his lungs, and he had to cut his run short. And while he was in hospital, I heard a story that this pushy reporter came and stuck a microphone in his face and said, "So what are you gonna do now? What are you gonna do now?" And he looked at them square in the eye and just said, "Are you gonna finish my run? Are you gonna finish my run?" And as a result of that, every year there's big movements dedicated to Terry and his run. There's marathons ran, there's foundations created, and like way more than $650 million has been raised to fight cancer in his name. Terry had made such an impact on the world that the Pope sent him a letter saying that he was praying for him, and somebody had just wrote Terry Foxx, Canada, on an envelope, put it in the post, and it reached him. There's no postcode, there's no stamp or anything. It was just, that's how much of an effect he had. He was receiving more mail himself than anybody else was getting throughout like the whole country, I believe. Unfortunately though, his cancer did eventually get the better of him and he died. He left a legacy. He left a legacy of hope. He left a legacy of change and of inspiration and motivation, and I'm really grateful to him. I'm really grateful to him for inspiring me in the way that he does. It's just some young boy in Canada wanted to make a change, and he's reached all over the world, and we all have that same opportunity to do things like that. And I hope one day that I'm brave enough to do something, but this is a good place to start. He started alone, but we don't have to. We have hundreds and thousands of gaming channels, loads of them. There's loads of us, and we can all join this together. We don't need to do it alone. We don't need to start on our own like Terry did, and with just his brother, with no one supporting him. We've all got each other to support, and for me, it's not going to end when November ends. It's going to carry on, and I really want to continue this because, like I said in my last video, I really hate this disease. It's affecting so many people, and this statistic is sickening. That 1 in 3 people are going to get cancer. 1 in 3. That means, statistically speaking, that if 2 people watch this video, 2 people, then either me or one of those 2 is going to get cancer. And that is just a sickening thing to think about. That's horrible. I don't even want to think about that. I don't even want to think about things like that. But that's why we're doing this. That's why this Movember thing is a thing, and this is why Sentenza wants us all to do this. I thought about Terry last night while I was running, how I was worried that my shins were going to start hurting with shin splints, and then it just reminded me of Terry, and he inspired me to just push harder and to push faster. And I really hope that I can do something on such a grand scale one day. I hope I'm brave enough one day. So if you're doing something for Movember this year, just keep going, stay strong together. You know, with Terry watching over us, we can make a true change. So that's all I've got for this Movember update. It's only the 2nd of November, so there hasn't been a lot of time to do anything else apart from go for a run. But I thought I'd share you that story about Terry, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.